first of its kind. The first Young Goodman Brown Fantasy Football League video power rankings. I'll say it again, video power rankings. Here with the league's very own El Presidente, Mr. Juan Heffrey, who's been all over the news lately. You've been all over the news.
Yeah, happy to be here, gentlemen. It's week 5, pivotal stretch right here. Week 5, we're in the meat of the season. This is where winners win and losers go home.
You got that right. And right now, the standings are pretty bunched up. We got one team that's currently doesn't have a win, and we got sorry about that. We got 2 teams that don't have wins. One team that is on top of the world, but he's been there before and done that. So let's just get right into it. Let's do the power rankings. So we're going to start with number 1, and I guess number 2. Gaff, who do you think the number 1 team in the league is right now?
I mean, from an unbiased view, I would say it's El Dopeman. I mean, 4-0, most points for. I mean, it's a train that just keeps rolling and nothing is stopping it. That's me. I think there's some good teams in this league, but right now that GM is doing something right on the field and in the locker room. That team is built for championships, a well-oiled machine, a powerhouse.
All right, so let me butt in right here. So what do you think about the controversy going on with El Dopeman? What's been going on in the past?
Well,
can you get past that? Because I don't think you can.
Listen, I mean, when you're at the top,
people were calling you dirtball. People were saying you're.
People were saying some mean things.
You're the Enron, the Enron,
the Bernie Madoff. People are
Bernie Madoff Jr.
Yeah, listen, people are talking, and all those people are the little bottom feeders of the league that don't even taste the championship. Listen, after winning the championship 3 years in a row, you're gonna have it. You're gonna have outside noise. Everyone's coming for the champ, and that's just how it's gonna be. Every little move I make, every little move I don't make, it's gonna be crazy.
Well, I mean, if it was a fair move, we would have been okay with it, but it's not. And
let the GMs GM, government at work, put to a vote, and we're moving on.
I'll let the people know we do love free market here. We're ultimate capitalists, but when it comes to a point when you got to stop at a monopoly, you got to be Theodore Roosevelt, who was the monopoly buster, okay? And that's what I do, but I couldn't. So anyway, so El Dopeman, that's his number 1. My number 1, I'm going to go with Cole Gronkowski myself. You go through the league, you say, okay, wow, he's got a lot of points for, got a lot of talent, it's very deep. I think he's number 1. I think overall, up and down, he's got backups on backups. I think Geff might have me on starters, but
which
it's
in my book means more than your bench players. But me, I have Cole Gronk at number 2 in the power ranks. I think you do have good running backs. I think you found an absolute
running back.
I think you found a diamond in the rough with Jimmy Robinson. That's
Jimmy Robb. That's my guy.
Jimmy Robb. So I really like that right there. There was a lot of talk about you acquiring Justin Jefferson. A lot of talk, a lot of slander thrown your way, saying a certain GM, JB and the CFNs, robbed you. Now, now, you're looking like a genius.
I didn't just get Justy Jeff. I got Patty Mahomes. That was the key part. And I get Justy Jeff, and look what happens.
Now, that to this point, you're looking like a genius with Justin Jefferson. What do you have, 40 points the other week? So
yeah, I enjoy genius. I get it a lot.
I think you're on a streak of luck that could come to an end soon this week.
All right, Kamara and Patty Mahomes can backpack my team. So let's get to number 3.
Number 3, Buck. Brucey's time to shine. I mean, this is stereotypical of this league year in, year out, though. The beasts in the East.
The beasts in the East have always dominated.
Always dominated, except one GM. We'll get into that. This division is just always a powerhouse division, and someone comes out of it almost every year.
Dude, you know what Buck needs to start pulling off soon? I don't know why. I think he needs to start pulling off the bolo tie. I feel like he's working at PNC. The little bolo, the Texas
I think the
tuxedo.
bolo on Brucey's time to shine would be beautiful.
I think it fits him well. Now,
I think it fits the team well too. D Hens and Adam Thielen, he's got a lot of talent. Aaron Jones too. He's got a lot of talent.
Joey Sly with
a lot
the
of
boot.
talent there.
Joey Sly with boot.
So you mix in a little bolo tie there.
So as I said a couple weeks ago, I like this team's run game. I think Raheem Mostert, dude. I don't know what it is. He's never very highly touted, but he just puts up the numbers. So a ground and pound team,
fast.
and that's what's going to win you games. Now, the wide receivers aren't the best. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, not my favorite, but
he's got big steely Ben, big boot Ben,
big boot Ben. So I'm all in on Brucey's time to shine this year. We'll just see how it goes. The lights have been too bright for him in the past, but
his RB's got to lead him the way.
He's 3-1 right now, so we'll see.
We'll see is right because again, Beast of the East, we play each other a lot, so there's only so many teams that can come out of the East. You got to grab at least one, maybe two wild card spots. Maybe I can't see us grabbing all three wild card spots. I just can't.
Potentially, I mean,
in between.
Potentially with the talent in those three teams, we'll see though. A lot of season left.
A lot of season, and let's get right at number 4. Jeff, we ultimately decided to go with JB and the CFNs.
Yeah, I would
say break it down for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say this is uncharacteristically of a hot start for JB and the CFNs. Usually, years past, we all knew him as an absolute cellar dweller bum, but he's put together a decent roster this year. I gotta admit,
you gotta give it to Curry. The past 2 years, he's really stepped up his fantasy game. I don't know if it's leaving Arizona State where he's partied too much, sucking too many faces,
right.
Going on too many hot tub runs. I don't know.
Right.
But ever since he's left that Arizona State, he's really stepped his game up. Maybe it's Spazo's media. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know what it is, but something's gotten into this GM the last couple of years. He's taking it serious. He puts his time in on draft night, and it's showing right now. Yeah, he's 2-2, but he's had some tough matchups. He ran into an absolute brick wall last week with Gordon Bombay throwing up a 200 spot on him. So, that's kind of tough sitting there at 2-2. But I like his team. I like Miles Sanders. He's going to be a workhorse for the Birds. Myles Gaskin, we'll see. Is he going against the number 1 rated rush defense this week? Tough. And Terry McLaurin and Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley, an ex-member of Cole Gronkowski, now on this team. That Falcons defense, pass-first offense, huge. Now Terry McLaurin's going to have a new quarterback this week. Terry McLaurin, new quarterback this week. Dwayne Haskins, bum. Beat the Eagles, but a bum. Kyle Allen.
No, he's the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Beat the Eagles, but a bum. Now he has Kyle Allen this week. We'll see. He's got a couple Qs on his roster right now. Mark Andrews, Calvin Ridley, and Terry McLaurin, all questionable. So, I like this team.
The thing about Cody is he's going to have, Dak attack and his wide receivers lead him. And me and you both know what wins championship in this league.
Running the ball. You run the ball. You run the football.
And he doesn't have them. So I think it's a nice little stretch for him. I think he'll, it's so much fun to watch a Dak attack score 40 garbage points, but it won't lead him to victory. So, I could have had him a little bit later.
I agree. And he's going up against Ukraine Train this week, who, made a couple moves. So we'll see.
All right. Number 5, the old faithful who always seems to find himself in the top 6. Chubby Johnson's Mr. Kirk.
Yeah, always in the mix, isn't he? Just always in the mix.
And it's funny because generally, oh wow. So let's look into it. Has the Buffalo Tennessee game been delayed yet? What's going on?
So I believe as of now it's pushed to Monday, not postponed yet, but postponed to Monday, but not canceled for this week yet. So that could be a real devastating blow to him, losing Josh Allen.
That's what I'm saying. I see Josh
and AJ Brown this week. And he has Julio, who's an absolute just a case this year. He's just a case.
But that's always how Julio's been. He's just
high risk, high reward, but it's not paying off for him yet this year. And I don't know if he can put together the lineup this week to beat the VP. I don't know.
He might as well be. Oh, he plays VP this week, huh? Ooh,
He's VP this week,
we got a rivalry game. Okay, so listen, Kirky's gonna be drinking his Capri Suns. He's gonna be working all week. He probably doesn't even know he's got a game against Uncle Tony.
Slaving away.
Slaving away on those. Keep sucking down those fruit punch Capri Suns and playing softball and not paying attention to fans. He's got to get his priorities straight. He's too busy playing softball. He's too busy playing that. Is he into the league? You tell me. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we don't know. But I'll say this about this GM: he finds ways to win. He does, and his track record shows that. He squeaks into the playoffs most seasons. Sitting at 3-1 right now, you gotta like the start. I just don't know long term how it's going to play out for him this year.
Hey, heck of a pickup with the Olamide Zacchaeus. Olamide Zacchaeus.
Yeah,
I'll say it one more time. Olamide Zacchaeus. Okay.
Could be something. Right.
Could be something.
So let's move on to number 6.
Number 6.
Now, number 6 is a tough spot. We have Gamber Photo in the number 6 spot. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to say. He's 0-4. He's 0-4. I mean, this is the best 0-4 team I've ever seen. You know?
Yeah.
He ran into a brick wall in me last week. I just don't lose. So that doesn't help. It doesn't help the confidence. But I'll say this to Gamber Photo. A few years ago, I started the season 0-3, and I came back and won the championship. There's always a chance. Don't give up hope. Stick the course. Again, 0-4 doesn't feel good. Not great to start the season. You're going to have to win a lot more than lose here on out, but I have him at 6, and I think you would agree with that.
Yeah, he's got a lot of talent up and down the board. Galladay has been hurt early on, but it's tough because you see all these guys. He just keeps. I don't think he can make his mind up. He's got Gallup. He's got Gallup on the bench. He's got Joshua Kelly on the bench. They're in his lineup and they're off his lineup. You got Ronald Jones. You started Ronald Jones. They're Josh Kelly. Is that a good move? I don't know. I'm not going to question a championship caliber general manager. Okay, the guy knows what he's doing, and DK look at his wide receivers: Metcalf, Galladay, Gallup. Harry's going to step up.
He's got T. Higgins in there right now, and I don't know about that. I think that's a really risky play.
It could be you know what? I know what this guy does. He's probably trying to make some moves with some people. He's saying, wow, look at T. Higgins. I'll give you T. Higgins for somebody. He's going to probably try and pawn him off to one of them.
Right, trying to weasel off one of the big week last week.
I mean, it happens. It happens. And it probably shits and pees in the shower. So you do what you can. Yeah. He's trying to get up as much talent as possible. But I don't like Gardner. I'll tell you that. I like him, but in terms of fantasy, you just can't trust him day in and day out.
I think J.J. Watt's going to have a week with him.
Well, that's his offensive line's fault, but he's definitely got the best handlebar mustache in the game. But a guy like that, you can't trust that mustache in fantasy. It's
can't trust it for long.
You need somebody who's clean. See this? You can't trust it.
I mean, you just look at the points for and points against for this team. It just hurts. It's fantasy. Shane would complain and say the game isn't fair, but you know what? That's fantasy.
Yeah. No, he's just gonna put his head down, keep working, which you got to respect about him.
Plug away. Yep.
All right, so hit us with number 7, Geff.
Number 7, we have Gordon Bombay.
Gordo.
I mean, we could go on and on about the week he had last week. Something that you don't see every season. 200 points in a week is something to really write home about. After what he went through, losing Saquads, all beef, fucking Saquon Barkley, dude. An unfillable void. I mean, I'm happy for him. I feel like that's something that's going to keep him in it, gives him hope. Because when you lose your first-round pick like that, it hurts. It really does.
Are you going to cry him a river, Geff? I mean, come on. You got to bounce back is what he did.
I mean, that's what he did. 200 points. That's huge. He's going to keep
and
going.
That's the only reason it's the only reason he's at number 7.
I mean, Odell had 45 fucking points last week, you know?
Yeah.
And Odell's been a huge disappointment ever since he went to the Browns. So who knows? Maybe him and Baker keep mixing it up, and maybe Jarvis is going to throw him another touchdown this week. I don't know, but that's huge for him.
And he's got Sharky Boy. I mean, this is a streaky team. That's all it is. He's gonna have huge weeks and he's gonna have dub weeks, right?
Yeah. He's gonna have to play the matchups, and he's gonna have to play them right. But I'm happy. I'm happy for the week he had last week.
Antonio Gibson sounds like a. Antonio Gibson sounds like a counselor.
Gibson had 2 touchdowns last week. Keeps that up.
Did we have a guidance counselor named Gibson?
I don't think so.
Antonio Gibson? I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy. Yeah, streaky team. Like the team. Think there's a lot of talent. Could do well. Keep up the good work. He's got to make some good moves too.
He knows not to give up.
No, he doesn't. All right, let's hit number 8. Number 8, KK Watt. KKK Watt.
I liked this team. I did like this team, and then he made a recent move, I believe today.
Yeah.
Where he traded Julian Edelman and David Johnson to the Ukraine train, and he received Emmanuel Sanders and Chris Godwin. Now, right off the bat, you like Chris Godwin. You like Emmanuel Sanders. Chris Godwin's been out the last few weeks and out tonight. Emmanuel Sanders, the backup to Michael Thomas, and hasn't shown that he can fulfill the shoes of Michael Thomas. So I don't really know what was going on through this GM's mind when he was making that trade. He might have been using IBM's Watson trade assistant. But this one isn't it. I don't know what he was thinking here. I don't know what he was thinking.
It's a little, David Johnson's really not that good anymore. And so I understand trying to want to get rid of him, but his running back, I guess he's thinking Jimmy White is going to step up and become that RB2 he wants to be. But
I don't know. I saw Damian Harris running wild last week.
They like Burkhead. They just swip him in and out.
And year in, year out.
Is he thinking the Ernest Johnson? Like, who's that?
Oh, dude.
The Ernest Johnson?
He dropped a small bag on him. $20. $20. $20.
He's got some sweet – dude, his hair looks like a squid.
I don't know, man. He also threw $25 at Justin Jackson when he's the – I question some of the moves. Maybe he has a game plan or something that I don't know about. But I don't like the trade he just made. I think he got worse, if we're being honest. I really like Edelman this year with Cam, but I don't know. I just don't like the trade he made. And I don't know.
Hammies are tough. Godwin's got a hamstring injury, and me and you both know, guess what? Hammies linger. They linger.
They linger. They might feel better. They linger.
You can pop at any time. You try and cut left. It pops. It's going to linger around, and I do like Godwin, but we'll see how it plays out for him. I don't think it was horrible. I'm not a big fan of DJ, so let's move on to number 9.
Number 9, we have the vice president of the Young Goodman Brown Fantasy Football League.
Newly established VP.
Newly established. Good to have him. Uncle Tony. All right?
Uncle T.
Now, year in, year out, mediocrity. One word.
Well, where's he at right now?
He is at 2-2.
2-2. Okay.
Now he's right. He's on par for the course. I believe historically he starts out the gates hot. I think last year he was 5-1, ended 7-6, 6-7. That's where he lives. He's a career 500. He is the true Jeff Fisher of the league. It's crazy.
And honestly, if I'm hearing correctly, there were some murmurs that he was going to get a 6-7 tattoo on his right bicep. And he just wanted to add it to his sleeve. I don't know. That's what I heard. 6-7. No lie.
That's right on par for him. So I think that would be a very good addition.
And it'd be a nice addition to the already nice arm sleeve he has, and it just kind of sticks with him, and I think he can build off it. It's a good foundation. Sometimes they'll get you in the playoffs. Sometimes it won't.
But if we take a deep look into this team, this is another team where if we really look at it, strong wide receivers, not so strong running backs. And as we know, you got to run the football. Darrell Henderson and Joe Mixon, a wild card. These guys are wild cards. You don't know what you're going to get from them week in, week out. Bottom line.
He's got D. Henderson, who's the number one running back in LA. And
I mean, that's newly established.
Oh, do you know that?
I know that
Oh
now.
yeah, you knew that. Okay.
That's new. That's
Mhm.
new. New news.
Yeah, but I mean, JoJo Mixon's very inconsistent. He doesn't have a consistent ground game, and
I mean, that's what you
I
get.
like the
when
team. I do like the team. He's got a lot of talent. I think he had the same strategy last year. A lot of talent on the wide receiving core, but he's gotta have stability in the run game. The battle's won in the trenches.
It's true. And then he made the recent move for Gronk, and I Gronk's just not Gronk of old. I mean, he puts up zeros. He literally puts up zeros now. So I think
Yeah.
tight end's gonna hurt him. He has Mark Ingram in his flex, and that backfield's tough right now with him and J.K. Dobbins. So he's gonna have to make a decision week in, week out. Who's he gonna play?
Who did he just trade? Bobby Tanyan? What's his name?
Bobby Tanyan, the flash in
Bobby
the pan,
Tanyan.
and Philip Lindsay gave up a little bit for that. I
That
don't know
guy's
about
corn fed. He was definitely born in Iowa, right?
Tanyan,
He's gotta be. Tanyan, yeah.
horse, dude.
Look at it. Guy's got no neck. Yeah,
What's really hurt him? Go on.
He traded two basically waiver wire pickups for Gronk, and Gronk could he could technically drop him right now if he wanted to.
I mean, I'm not sniffing him. So, I mean, what's really hurt this team so far? Devontae Adams been hurt.
Yeah,
You know,
and he'll
see.
be back home. He'll be back home soon.
Yeah.
All right, number 10, Geff.
Number 10, we have the Ukraine train. Yeah, he's a butt licker. So I don't know, dude. He's I don't know, man. Year in, year out, he just doesn't seem to really have it. Doesn't have a plan for his team. Locker room's a mess. But I like the direction he's heading in. I think he's really excited about his projected number this week, 132.1. I think he's over the fucking moon about that. But what a projection!
Well,
jack shit.
It's funny because he just sat David Montgomery because he didn't like him, and I believe that David Montgomery just scored on the TV screen, and he's already at 11 points. So it's already. I mean,
11.2 on the week so far. So
it seems Denny. He always has the talent. He's got some talent. He does, but he just doesn't know what buttons to push. Does he?
I don't. That's a huge question. And he has players on his team who are big names years ago. Like we're in 2020. This isn't 2017 or 2018.
I mean, look at the running backs.
Gurley, every week he's projected high numbers, and in that Falcons offense, pass first. Matt Ryan likes to throw it deep. It's just Gurley is going to be a suspect play for him week in, week out. You don't know what you're going to get. And then he just acquired David Johnson. Again, it's 2020 and not 2017. David Johnson had a great week one, back to the earth the last few weeks. Now, Michael Thomas has been hurt for him. Huge, probably the best receiver in the league. That hurts. You don't even know if he's going yet this week, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I think he found.
I will tell you this. I think Bobby Anderson. I mean, that was a good pick. I'll give Dennis some props there. He's got some chops taking Bobby Anderson, Philly's finest.
Yeah, with Teddy Bridge, we'll see. I mean, he's got Lockett too. Russ's favorite right now. See, man. I just think this team is very hyped up. We'll see if it lives up to.
I think it's hyped up by the owner. I think the owner is hyping him up. And hey, listen, he's got all right. He knows how to. He sees the talent, but is the talent washed? Does he know when to play the talent, when not to play the talent? That's always been the question. Doesn't know when to push the right buttons.
And you know he thinks his team is sick.
So yeah. All right, keep wearing those sloppy joes. Let's go with number 11. Where are we at, Geff?
I mean, number 11 we have Jay Vegas and the Devil Dogs.
Hey, by the way, do you know what this name? Do you know what this name means?
No fucking idea. No fucking idea. I was just gonna let him rock with it. I
don't think anybody does. Jay Vegas and the Devil Dogs.
I think everyone just accepted it and just let it go. Now,
well, hold on. We definitely know it's marine related, right? Like
I mean, Devil Dogs.
It's got to be. Yeah.
Who's Jay Vegas?
Johnny Vegas. That sounds like the golfer. There's a golfer named Johnny Vegas.
I just don't think he went. That was what he was going for.
I don't think so.
But this GM, dude, he loves to complain that the rules aren't fair. The rules aren't fair. Dude.
Yeah, you know, in the past he was kind of getting. I remember he was getting screwed over. He was always getting a lot of points on. But at some point, he's got to look yourself in the mirror and say, "Hey, do I just suck?" All right. And listen, he's got talent on his team, right? Look at D-Hop. I mean, look at Cooper Kupp. Look at Josh Jacobs. James Conner's going to bounce back after the bye week. The talent's there, pal. Talent's there. But I find myself in the same position with Dennis. It's like you got the talent, but you don't know if you're moving the pawn or if you don't know if you're moving the queen. Can the knight hop over the pawn? I don't know. Like he doesn't know what to do with it.
This GM just doesn't put his team in the position to win.
Yeah, it's really tough, and it's tough to see. You want to see a guy provide for his family, and it sounds like he's like too busy. I don't know, eating Krispy Kreme donuts or something, sucking them down left and right. Last time you saw him, he was getting big. He looked like he was missing some days at the gym. Eating those Krispy Kremes will get you, dude.
And it goes back to the draft. Steelers defense in what, the 9th, 10th? Come on.
I think it was.
Come on.
I mean, that's just a crazy move. And you see it in this depth. He always says, "Oh, dude, I'm not going to take any bench play." 10th round, you get some good value. 10th round. I took Jimmy Robb like 14th. Jimmy Robb.
Crazy.
I'm tooting my own horn, but all right, let's hit it with number 12. I think everybody can expect who number 12 is, right?
I mean, Team Whore.
Let's hear what you have to say. Let's hear your analysis. Bernie Madoff Jr. Let's hear the analysis. I want you to listen clear, Mick.
I mean, as I said earlier, I want this team to be good. I really, really.
But you don't. You don't. You wanted to screw him over. You wanted to throw him in a dump truck.
Free market transactions.
So when you made that trade, did you think you were making your team better and his team better?
Listen, that's not what it's about. I offered a trade, GM accepted, we moved on. We put it to a vote. Government at work, law and order.
Law and order is right.
But if we really get into this team, the draft wasn't the best.
It's a sad state. I didn't think he had a horrible draft. I think it was a panic move week one. Like, say he had Stephon Diggs. He would have had Tyreek Hill still. Clyde Edwards.
I think at the end of the day, he would have had to move Clyde or Tyreek at some point.
No, he would have been fine. I mean, dude, he could have picked up Malcolm Brown off waiver wires, which was the whole thing. Could have spent some $25 on him. But he didn't. He didn't put a claim in for him, and he trades for him. He trades his 2 best players for him. Listen, I don't. He'd be so set with Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs. They can win you a week single-handedly, right?
I don't know about Diggs. I don't know.
What do you mean? He's top 10.
I don't know. Just this team just doesn't have the pieces right now. Do you think they win a game?
You're trying to make yourself feel better. I think they'll win a game?
Do you think that this team will win a game this season?
This is one of the poorest teams I've seen, but I think they'll get a win. Yeah, I think that.
You think they'll catch someone on a bad week or something?
I mean, Stephon Diggs he'll have a big week, and same with Clyde. Deshaun Watson.
I hate that offense without Hopkins.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's he throwing to? Kiki Kuti?
At this point, he's one loss away from playing, I don't know, fantasy now. Like, why does he play fantasy football? What's he doing? He's making these stupid moves. Go play NASCAR or something. I mean, what's going on, dude? It's just bananas. You can make that trade in good faith.
Banana land.
Hey, I really do appreciate. I know he's putting his whole heart and soul into it. Sometimes a talent evaluation.
Yeah, needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror.
Yeah,
because I don't think they win a game this year. I don't think they win.
I'm saying I'll get 1 or 2. He's got to get 1 or 2, okay. And he was in the bottom cellar last year too. Now here,
perennial.
All right, so that wraps out our power rankings. Now let me tell you this. Let me ask you this: you think if we have a punishment, do you think this trade would go through? Do you think he would have thought twice about making this trade? Because when I see this, I say, wow, he doesn't care about coming in last.
I mean, it's hard to speak to that. It really is from my side. Going off that, I think the GM would have still made a move similar to this at some point in the season.
That's fair.
I just don't know if the
That's
talent scout team there is the right personnel there. I just don't know.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the matchup of the week. We were gonna do a certain matchup that's the top of the leaderboard, but we decided that we wanted to stoop down into the sewage cellar drainage to talk to some catfish. What else? What else is down there? Some super suckers, some
Just some
stinkers.
real suspect characters down there. Rats, scum.
So we got Gambler Photo versus Team Whore.
This is the sewer bowl.
The cellar dweller.
Oh.
And I mean, we call it the Sewer Bowl, but we know who's going to win this week, right?
I mean, it's not Team Horror. We know that.
Yeah.
But if this is the week Team Horror wins, this could catapult them an 0-5. One team's coming out 0-5.
Gabe has been on the wrong side of luck this year in fantasy, so it makes you think. I mean, this could be Team Horror's week, and he's got some favorable matchups. I mean, listen, D Watts, his coach just got fired, so he could come out slinging big time. He could come out slinging, put up massive numbers.
Yep. Against a weak Jacksonville defense, they're not that good.
Yeah. No, and then especially I think Las Vegas is dead last in rushing.
Yeah, 32nd
rushing defense. Yep. So, I think it's going to be a close one. Gabe does have the favorable matchup with Seattle and Minnesota, Dalvin and Metcalf. So they could put up some real numbers too. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people are saying it is, especially Mr. Gaffrey saying Team Horde no wins, but
no shot. He just has no shot. I do think it'll be closer than what I'm talking about, but it's Gambler Photo all day in this matchup.
So if if Team Horror had Tyreek Hill, would you think he still didn't have a shot?
Well, I think it'd be tough because he still wanted to have Le'Veon Bell, who might be on IR this week, might not, might be plugging him into my flex this week. I don't know yet. We'll see. Much depth on that, man.
Was he out a total of 3 weeks?
Yeah, the minimum on IR. Yeah. But I mean, we don't know yet.
Yeah, it's just a crazy trade that had to have happened, but who knows? But thanks for tuning in, boys. We'll talk to you.